Let's take a look at how we can fix issues with the snapshot features inside of Animbot. So say, for instance, opposite controllers and mirror settings. And this can come up, it just depends on the construction of the rig, how it was built, how orientations were used, how naming conventions were used. And if you're working in a plugin like Studio Library, there's not much you can do that I know of anyway that will fix those inherent issues. So if a mirror is not working correctly across opposite controllers, then you just have to go in and manually fix that. Whereas with Animbot, you can actually fix those. And then when you go to mirror or select opposite controllers later on, everything is going to work fine. So to start off, I'm just going to select all of the controllers and click on Bundle Snapshot, which is going to take a snapshot of the preferred default pose, the opposite controllers, and the mirror settings. And if something isn't working in terms of these settings, typically you'll see a prompt where you will have the option to have those controllers that are not working captured in selection sets, so you can very easily troubleshoot any of those issues. Here I can see that I have these non-zero values in the rotates and translates for this, so I'm just going to zero that out, select those again, and then go back, right click, and do a preferred default pose snapshot with those over again. So if I go to zero those out, that's how they will reset. Okay, now let's go through and just double check to make sure that we don't have any issues, because even though selection sets haven't come up, it's still good to go through your rig and check for any of these issues. So I'm going to right click on the mirror feature and just break off this marquee menu here. And then I'll enable auto mirror, and I'll just start moving controllers around and visually evaluate whether there are issues with either opposite controllers or mirroring. And you can see here that we actually do have an issue with mirroring. The other side should be rotated outward as well. So what I tend to do when I'm troubleshooting mirror features like this, especially with rotate, I will look at the rotation values, or I'll rotate the controllers using gimbal. So shift control right click, hold that down, and then just change the axis to orientation to gimbal. And now I can rotate these controllers one axis at a time to figure out what axis needs to be fixed. So you can see here that I have rotate Y not working correctly. So I'll select rotate Y in the channel box, and then I'll open up the mirror settings menu, and then just right click on the snapshot mirror settings and go to fix mirror setting. Right now, if I deselect and try that again, you can see it's working properly. So we can test the other features, and again here you can see this isn't working as it should. That's our rotate Z, so select rotate Z. And you can also alt click on the mirror snapshot as well to do the same function. So if we try that out now, you can see that everything's working as it should there. So I'll just go through the rest of these. You can see that the mirror feature there isn't working as well, so let's just zero that out. Let's rotate Y, so select that and alt click on our mirror snapshot again, and now you can see everything is working except for rotate X. So let's select rotate X, alt click on that, and you can see like this sort of band-aid appears when I hold down alt, and now this should be working correctly. Doesn't seem like it took, so I'll select the rotate X again, alt click, and then just try that out. Okay, I think I was selecting the wrong thing, so there we go. Now we have that working. Let's try these out. So again, you can see rotate Y is not working, rotate Z is working, and rotate X is not working. So we can select multiple attributes as well. Alt click on that, just deselect, try it out now. That's working, and that's working. Let's try the back ones. That seems to be working fine. Try the pull vectors. Okay, you can see that we have an issue in translate Y. And translate Z. So select both of those. Alt click to fix the mirror settings. And you can try that again now. Okay, you can see everything's working there. Now, if you have an issue with opposite controllers where you select one and it doesn't select the other, so you wouldn't rotate the mirror in this circumstance. If that comes up, you can just shift select the opposite controller, go into your opposite controllers menu, just opening that up. And the same thing that we have here, our snapshot for opposite controllers. I can right click and fix opposite controllers, and then we'll pair these two controllers up. This looks like it's an IK controller, so that's not really going to do anything. Well, I guess we can move it out though. Probably, yeah, okay, we can translate it. Okay, so that seems to be working as it should. So it's just a matter of going through the rig and looking for these potential issues. And that's how you can fix issues that you might come up with your mirror settings and with opposite controllers in Animbot.